All right.
Ooh, you're sweaty. Goodness.
Yep. Good morning,
Do you
Facebook.
Consider that when you...
It's real, girl.
It's authentic.
It's real.
It's the only marriage podcast that sweat is involved.
Are
we plugged in and everything?
Yep, we're ready to go.
Cool.
All right.
Right.
We got an email maybe yesterday from one of the guy listeners, and he was like, "Hey, this is just a fun question. What it feels like when people watch us on Facebook Live or Instagram Live, it feels like they're interacting. You know, what does it feel like from our side?"
Oh.
He was asking. I think it's a lot of fun.
It's amazing
because it's literally like
it's like having friends over and talking.
Yeah, it's like having friends over and chilling out and stuff, and it puts us much more kind of on point.
It gives us a present moment awareness that we don't have when it's just the two of us talking. I love it.
That's right. I like it a lot. It's fun. It's interacting. It's
exciting.
It's engaging. Good question.
It's real.
It's real, y'all.
Hashtag real.
Okay.
Life.
Hashtag real life. Hashtag check. Hashtag levels.
Okay, I think we're good.
Okay.
Oh, I changed this slightly, so I'll read the intro. That part's a little bit different.
Oh, okay.
I'm just going to say that, and then you read that. So we'll just try this for a while, see if we can get there.
Love the sweatshirt.
Oh, thank you. It's a podcast called
Unladylike?
Unladylike. Yeah, it used to be called Things... What was it called? Things Your Mother Didn't Teach You or something?
Oh.
It's not super appropriate, but it's an awesome podcast. Okay, are we ready?
Manny loves cats.
Why would you say that?
It's funny.
Hello and welcome to the Anatomy of Marriage podcast, a show where you can ask a real marriage therapist anything about relationships. I'm your host, Melanie Studley.
Hello, my name is Seth Studley. I'm the licensed marriage and family therapist, and today is day 28 of 100 days of AOM Q&A. And this episode is titled, My Husband Won't Talk to Me, He Thinks I Am Being Stupid, and I Have a Lower Sex Drive.
If you're new here, welcome. The Anatomy of Marriage podcast is a show dedicated to helping couples and individuals grow stronger relationships through self-awareness, education tools, and community.
You can learn all about our relationship in episode 1, where we talk about everything, sex, communication, how we almost got divorced, and also get more info at anatomymarriage.com.
And today's episode, again, is not super appropriate for little ones to hear. So if you're listening to this on your computer with the sound up, put your headphones on, y'all.
And also, this is not actual marriage therapy. Don't use it as a substitute.
That's our disclaimer. And then before we dive into today's questions, we're going to read a review of the day and tell you that today's episode is brought to you by Audible. You can get a free audiobook by going to audibletrial.com/anatomy of marriage. Get a free audiobook. I'm currently reading The Power of Habit, and it's amazing. I just read The Subtle Art of Not Giving an F. Before that, I read Take Control of Your Life by Mel Robbins. So go there, get a free audiobook because they're amazing. But the review of the day is from Jamie Billington, and it says, go ahead and read that.
I started listening to the podcast a couple of weeks ago, starting from season 1. It has been purely amazing to listen to. I strongly recommend listening to those first 12 episodes like I did, and then continuing to listen from there. They're so chock full of psychological perspectives on why we do what we do and how we are the way we are. It is a wonderfully poignant and heart-changing journey. I know I don't know them personally, but I love who they are and their willingness to bear it all for us to live it out with them. You are absolutely not alone, and this couple demonstrates that, as well as the fact that none of us are perfect, nor do we have to be. I feel that they demonstrate God's love in such a personal way by example. The way they continue to work through things together, they continue fighting for each other. They demonstrate the actual examples with each other and with their children. They show love to one another and their audience in a myriad of ways. Thank you guys so much, and please keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jamie. And
that was a wonderful review.
You are killing it this week. Woohoo! We are.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks.
It's just, we're so thankful for everyone who's reviewed the podcast. It gives us a lot of pizzazz.
Well, it gives us
it's like
feedback.
hopeful. It makes us feel really good.
It gives us feedback.
Gives me the pizzazz, okay?
Yeah, let's see. All right, so
Question number 1.
Question number 1. I've heard you both talk about I statements and how helpful they can be to communication. I've been trying it, but my husband doesn't respond well. When you say do blank, I feel blank, he says I'm picking a fight and overreacting. Then I'll calmly tell him I'm only wanting to tell him how something he did made me feel. He then tells me that my feelings are wrong and I'm being stupid. I try to talk and he walks away and refuses to talk to me for hours. I don't follow him, and the subject drops. What am I doing wrong? The cycle happens every time, regardless of the subject. Do I never say anything when I feel concerned or hurt about something? Question mark. And in case you suggest it, counseling is not an option for us. He is totally against it. Sorry, this is long, but please help. Just go to counseling. No, just kidding. No, totally joking. So
there's a lot there.
Yes, there is a lot there. I would consider. Melanie used to write me a lot of letters early on, and if the situation deems it so, she will write me a letter, an email, or it used to be handwritten letters, and those helped slow down everything and go through things, so that was a good way. And so there's no guarantee, and I don't think we've ever said this, although we expect it sometimes. Okay, I'm doing an I statement.
Well,
because I'm doing an I statement, the other person should respond this way.
Well, hold on though. This is something I think is happening, is that it says, I've heard you both talk about I statements. Mm-hmm. This does not mention the clearing structure. So using I statements without the actual tool of the clearing structure, which you can get...
Well, no, she's probably using the clearing structure because she says, when you say do blank, I feel blank.
No, I'm not going to assume that she's using the clearing structure. Okay. She hasn't named it in here. And when you don't use the clearing structure and you don't have the rest of the outline for an I statement, you are, in a way, you're using half of the tool. It's like breaking off the other part of a screwdriver and you only have the little nub and you're like, well, it's in there. Why doesn't it work?
Right.
You don't have the back half of the screwdriver that does all of the work. So the I statements are like the end of the screwdriver. The rest of the clearing structure is like the handle.
The torque.
The torque. Amatic. Rex. That was weird. But so I think if you're not using the clearing structure for your I statements, that is where you start. Because like Seth said, when, like in the past, I would write Seth letters because I knew, and I actually didn't know, like logically, it was sort of like a visceral thing that if I tried to talk to him about it, it wouldn't go well. He would get upset. We would probably fight. So I was unknowingly writing it down because it slows down his process and he can't get flooded.
It slows down your process too.
Oh, for sure. Yes, definitely slow down my process as well. So that's the first thing that I would say is make sure you're actually using the clearing structure. When I tried to use I statements before I used the actual clearing structure, it was a nightmare because it was like, I think you're mean. I think you're bad. I don't like how you did that.
Right.
And then there was no like handle to the screwdriver to make it make any sense.
It was very, when we use those statements the wrong way, it can be very Melanie centric or very Seth centric, and that doesn't give your partner room. So, and it says, should I just not, do I never say anything when I feel concerned or hurt about something? Absolutely not. You have to share that stuff. And I don't know if you're using the clearing structure or not, but go download it at anatomyofmarriage.com, get the clearing structure and use it thoroughly. And hopefully your husband